Okay, guys, let's talk fishing. One of my favorite tournaments of the year is Warriors on the Water. Not sure how many people have heard about Warriors on the Water, but it's a fantastic 3-day event that myself and two other retired servicemen started together. Hal Abshire and Bob Cunningham and I all went to lunch one day, and Bob had some guys coming back from Iraq from his old company. He had just retired. And he said, "Hey, let's take a couple of those guys fishing." So we're like, "Hey, I'll call a couple of my buddies up. Hal, you call a couple of your buddies up, and let's get a couple more." Well, 6 weeks later, not even 6 weeks later, I don't believe, but we took out 51 soldiers. We had about 50 some sponsors that just came out of the woodwork, and we just thought it was a 1-day deal. That first year was just a 1-day deal up on Sharon Harris, but. That was on a Friday, and then that Monday, all of those sponsors started emailing us and calling us back and saying, "That was the best thing I've ever been involved with. Sign us up for next year." And we were all looking at each other thinking, next year? We didn't know. There was no next year. But so we realized real quick that there was a need in this area. I mean, we're right here at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, home of the Airborne, Special Forces, Special Operations. I mean, these are the war fighters. The meat eaters are all right here. So it's a great thing to do for these guys. It's become a really, really known event, not only in this area but across the country. We have boaters that come from Maine and west of the Mississippi and down in Florida, and I mean they just come from everywhere to be part of this every single year. They come every year. It's now grown to a 3-day event. The first day we everybody meets, and a lot of great speakers. We had KVD come one year. Gerald Swindle came one year. All kinds of big names in the fishing industry. We get the mayor of Fayetteville comes, the post commander, a lot of great speakers. So that's on the Wednesday night. We pair everybody up. Then Thursday is the VIP day where any of the sponsors or anybody that wants to can go on a tour of Fort Bragg and Pope Air Force Base, and then Friday is actually the tournament, and we have, I don't even know how many sponsors are out there now. There's got to be close to 100 plus, and we've had guys that have fished the Bassmasters Classic that have said this is as good or better than the Bassmasters Classic. It's not a stretch. We have sponsors that are throwing food in, throwing water in, tying on flags on your boat, and it's just people parking your cars, and it's really, really, really well done. Everybody comes away loving it. So Warriors on the Water is a great thing. I mean, you really got to be Johnny on the spot if you want to be a boater in it, because we're up to 150 soldiers a year that we do. We've been doing 150 soldiers now, I think, since about the third year. We settled on 150 is the right number. And this past year, Warriors on the Water opened it up at midnight for people to sign up as a boater. By noon that day, we were working on the overflow list. I mean, that's how fast these boaters come in and want to be a part of this thing. But 3 years ago, I was offered a job in the Midwest, and so I left for a year, and so I kind of had to pull myself away from Warriors on the Water, and I really haven't got back into Warriors on the Water since then. But I continually support the event, and back in 2012 I was fishing it as a boater, and I was paired up with an Air Force Special Ops soldier, a guy by the name of Philip Henderson. Great guy, great young, didn't know a lot about fishing, but wanted to learn. So we spent a good part of the day just working on his technique and him pitching and whatnot, and this tournament for me, I was coming off a stretch of, let's be honest, a couple sketchy tournaments, and my 2011 tournament season just wasn't that great, and so this was one of my first tournaments of 2012, and the nice thing about this tournament is there's no pressure on you. It's not really a tournament. If you're worried about winning the tournament, you're missing the whole goal of Warriors on the Water, and that's to take a soldier out and show him a great time on the water, and get him to catch a fish. So, and all the boaters take it the right way. So the big push is to get him to catch a fish. And so when Phil and I were out there together, I mean, we worked hard at getting him a fish and showing him what a day in the life of a fishing tournament angler is all about. So there's no pressure on the boaters. You're just out there to have a good time. So when I was out there fishing, I wasn't even worried about bringing in a 20-pound bag or anything. I was just out to have a good time, and I think I started in the mouth of the river, and nothing happened. So I just ran up to some brush that I knew, I've caught fish in the past, and started catching a good fish here, and started catching a good fish there, and started catching another one over there, and I really wasn't paying attention to it. About 3/4 of the way through the day, I looked at Philip and I said, "I think we got about 15 pounds here. We're gonna get you up on the stage here, bud." So what? And all I was doing was fishing out the front of my boat. So that was the start for me in 2012 of a lot of confidence. Just fishing off the front of the boat, fishing off the nose of my boat, fishing at what the conditions were and what the fish were telling me to do. And so pretty much ever since that tournament, I've really been gaining quite a bit of confidence. And I literally found them in 2 feet of water on wood and brush, and just kind of instinctively started honing in on that type of structure around the lake. And everything fell together. So the takeaway on that tournament, other than, hey, you guys got to come and be a part of Wars on the Water, is if you're struggling, if you're having a bad season, or and you're looking to righten your ship, is just to go out fun fishing, just to go out and take the pressure off yourself, and maybe get into a local pot tournament that you really don't care that much about, and just go and put them in the boat, and that really helped me out quite a bit. So takeaways is that go out and have fun fishing, and if you've never fished Wars on the Water, highly recommend it. It's a really, really great thing for the soldiers. Great way to say thank you.